Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and Link2's got their feed, their X feed. They've been putting up some interesting tweets.
Is this the world's most useful cryptocurrency? Sending money across the globe today can take days and incur hefty fees. But Ripple has a solution. XRP is a cryptocurrency that acts as a bridge between currencies, enabling cross-border payments in seconds. Ripple is using a decentralized ledger and XRP to revolutionize how financial institutions send money faster and with fewer fees. Want to invest in Ripple in the future of blockchain? Invest pre-IPO on link2.com.
That's a pretty cool, high-tech commercial. And they do have, today they've got some specials going. One of them is a 5% off. I don't know which private equity it is or if I can mention it, but you can go check it out. There's 5% off something on there today. Okay, we've got the crypto market pumping a little bit. Bitcoin has gone over 61,000. You've got an XRP that's up almost 5%. It's almost a 60 cents in the last 24 hours. Here's the, if you look at the Bitcoin things, Bitcoin breakout imminent, just in 61,000. Magic of Bitcoin by the numbers, the 4-year cycle. There's a lot of very bullish tweets, Bitcoin pumping hard. Well, here's one on XRP. And on the higher time frames, this near 7-year compression will be coming to an end soon. The mother of all bull flags. Literally nothing else like it in this space. Partly because of the coins, because most of the coins here haven't even existed for 7 years. When the old guard wakes up, it's going to be legendary. That's why I'm here. Now, the reason all this pumping is happening is because tomorrow at 2:30 p.m., the Federal Reserve Chair Powell hosts live FOMC press conference. Everybody's expecting anywhere from 0.25 to 0.75 interest rate decrease. Now, the consensus, Joe Lubin's outfit, they've been doing victory laps about how great Vitalik buterin is doing in his speech over, I think they're in Singapore. So I dropped underneath and I said, has he talked about his illegal securities transaction where he dumped on retail Ethereum holders during his talk?
I presume that your net worth crashed a great deal. It got run up and then came back down.
It did, yeah.
And were you happy in any way about that?
Relieved.
Yeah.
So when right at the top of the big bubble, like in December 2017, when Bitcoin was hitting 20,000, ETH was hitting 1,400. I made this tweet and a series of tweets that kind of became somewhat famous within the space, where I basically said the cryptocurrency space has reached $500 billion. Does it deserve it? Like, do the things that it's actually accomplished like hold a candle to the promises that the market is ascribing to it? And I mean, the subtext of my answer is not yet, and I was proven very right fairly quickly. And
but you didn't short it, did you?
So I did get the Ethereum Foundation to sell about 70,000 ETH, like basically at the top, and that's doubled our runway now. So, and it was one good decision that had a lot of impact, but did not short.
Okay, now there is. Let's see. I'm sitting here making a note here. Unbelievable. Okay. All right. Yeah. So this guy dumped on retail and did all this stuff, and now he's celebrated like he's this industry guru. Now, this is an interesting video. This is Charles Hoskinson, the creator of Cardano. And he's talking about bringing USDC to Cardano. But some of the things he says in this video clip, I've never heard before and are very interesting.
So there are some homegrown stablecoin projects on Cardano, for example, USDM and USDA, but the largest projects by far are Tether and Circle. And the Cardano Foundation's been in pretty aggressive negotiations now for a while with Circle, and they're trying to figure out how to get them into our ecosystem. And that's kind of the remittent job. I don't have any philosophical problem with it. However, it is important to understand that when a stablecoin comes into your ecosystem, the stablecoin, if it gets too much economic activity, ends up having a great degree of power over the ecosystem, because you can't clone a stablecoin. You can't have coin A and coin B. They're backed one-to-one. So if you ever fork and there's a debate of which chain is correct in the system, the stablecoin actually gets to decide that. Currently, 71% of all economic activity in Ethereum is either Tether or Circle. So if Tether and Circle get together, they effectively get to decide which fork of Ethereum is the real one. So it's really hard for us to say we have on-chain governance and you're, as ADA holders, in charge and you get to vote on forks, but then a foreign actor who has no investment or connection to the ecosystem other than the fact that they control a stablecoin actually gets to decide which fork is prominent. How you resolve this is diversity. So instead of having one stablecoin that rules all of them, you have a collection of them that compete with each other, so nobody has too much economic power. And you see this in all markets. Monopolies are a great example of that. If only one person controls the entire market, they get to set the prices and they have an undue amount of influence on the system. So
I'll bet there's a lot of people that had no idea about what he just said. I didn't. Check this out. This is an interesting wording. Words mean things. Interesting wording from this Schwab analyst.
I see at least a 30% pullback in the very short term.
Yeah. So what do? Do you buy some of your favorite names when we're down 10%, or you want to wait until you're 20% and that's a real correction?
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely wait until we get into correction territory before we buy the dip, because even though I love buying the dip, this is not a normal dip correction territory. This is something that's more systemic and is going to take longer to figure out, and it actually might be bigger than 30. So we just want to be more cautious. I hate to alarm you, but I'm telling you, this is what the economic indicators are indicating.
I understand what you're saying. So, I mean, Mark Faber came out. He called the 87 crash.
Yep.
Remember him, of the gloom and doom report. You know, he's saying much of the same, how the Mag 7 is gambling, and, you know, what do you tell them to buy then when you're 30% down? What do you buy?
Right now, our strategy is what we call bridge assets that we know do well in a transfer of either economic activity as far as systemic global finance, happening and stimulating, keeping the prices up. So we would look at commodities, gold, silver, the bridge assets to get us from whatever we're in to where we're going. Those are going to do well. We expect gold to be $2,600 by the end of the year at least. It could be $3,000 depending on what happens between now and then.
Right.
So if you really want to protect value, you need to go to those commodities that will get you to protect value and not take the AI bet, which is a gamble right now. AI has a long runway, Nicole, but it is bumping up against this global crash.
Take profits on AI.
Take profits.
Okay, now this is the Robinhood. What's his title? Robinhood general manager at Robinhood, something general manager at Robinhood. He was on with Tony from Thinking Crypto. Listen to this.
Fight back like the rest of the industry. If it goes to the court, is Robinhood prepared to fight the SEC?
Overall, what I would say to begin with is that we've been very disappointed when we received the Wells notice. We were engaging with the SEC for many months, and when the SEC chairman told the industry come in and register, we actually believed in it, and we went there. We met with them more than 15 times, and we discussed with them to try to get there, because we as a company have been regulated from the beginning, right? Like if you think about Robinhood, it's regulated by FINRA, it's regulated by the SEC on the brokerage side. On the crypto side, we have licenses across the US. So really, when you think about that, it's hard to imagine that we could not come in and register and get the right things in place to get there. So we were very disappointed.
Well, when you're dealing with people that are not honest, you can't really deal at all. That's the problem. Now, in DAIXRP.com, there's some really disturbing stuff we're going to cover. It's disturbing, and then there's a major shocker. Let me write that down because I was like, what? And I'm not saying it's true, but I'm going to show you a major shocker that I heard. I'm a digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family. Here we go.